Okay, it's my friend DA. We'll just use his initials, and he is an old friend from the Antioch area. I met him over there through another friend, a close friend of his. They've been in California for numerous years, and we're all getting along in the tooth. So we went up with a mutual friend, another mutual friend from down in my area, Monterey, and saw him a few days ago. And I said I'm going to fly up there in the TBM 930, and we'll crank it up here. And I want to show him how wonderful these new electronics are. He knew about electronics. He knew about motorcycles. He was top of the world. So I of course am learning. So we're going to fly, and that was the flight path from Monterey on instruments, and they'll probably take us up to about 5,000 feet. And we're going into Lodi. I took into this airport. My CPA was manager for Gordon McRae. Both are no longer with us. And flew him in a Comanche from Monterey to Lodi. He was on a nostalgia tour, so he could still sing great. He was the lead in Oklahoma, and he sang "Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way." I don't have a voice for that. So let's get some daylight going here. Here we go. And we don't need to bring in the weather. We'll just leave it clear. We'll give a little scattered clouds. We'll go with scattered, few clouds, scattered clouds, few clouds, and we have a rainy day today, so it's a little more cloudy than this. So let's see how the we'll look here and see what our instructions were to what altitude. We'll go up here, and they want us to go to 10,000 feet. We aren't. We could do that. Let's go ahead and go to 10,000 feet. This airplane will go up there, and it'll go faster at 10,000 than it will at 5,000. So we'll go to 10, and we'll go ahead. We're going to navigate, and we're going to put in 10,000 feet. And let's go over here. Let's go over here so we could do this in one sweep up to 10,000 feet. 10,000, and the vertical speed will be 2,000 feet a minute. Yeah, we'll go 1,900 feet a minute. That ought to do that, and that's all plugged in. You can see right here, 10,000 feet, 1,900 feet a minute climb right on the panel. We'll go ahead and back over to the, just right there is where the pilot sits. So we take off, and it doesn't show that we connect right away. So let's go. Well, we'll see. Let's see how it looks on here. See if it's connected. Yeah, Gilroy. So let's go to Gilroy. So we'll go down here and go in here. Actually, this one is the one we need. And let's see if we get the middle one. Flight plan. And we're going direct to Gilroy. 28 left, Mancio. Let's see here. Gilrow, direct. And activate Gilrow, direct. There we go. So that'll get us going. Maybe not proper departure from Monterey, but this is a simulator, so we don't have to get that exactly correct. We can get this out of the way, and we'll worry about the rest of the thing. We got the nav clicked, and this will climb up to 10,000 feet. We got it. We got the vertical speed, the nav, and 10,000 feet here. So we go outside like that. Take the brakes off, and I just click the on-off button on the yoke, and away we go. Going to Lodi. We'll look back this way. And get the gear up. We're taking it up a little early. Flaps up and autopilot on. Should start turning to go on course to the right. And we'll watch as Monterey goes out of sight. I got my flight instructor's rating in Monterey.
Golf Sierra Alpha, contact Oakland Center on 127.45.
And I got my instrument rating in Monterey back in 1967-68. We'll say goodbye to them, and we'll go up here.
127.45 Doher Golf Sierra Alpha.
And
Goodbye.
we just answered them. We aren't going to that, and you can see that it's tracking to intersect the direct to that intersection Gilrow, I think it was, which is Gilroy. And Gilroy is on the way to let's see where we got our altitude. Should say where we're going, but it doesn't say here on our panel. We can see 10,000 feet on there, and we don't have any red lights here. We'll take the initial inertial separator that keeps the birds out of the engine. We're tracking on course. We're right on course, and we're almost going directly. We'll just have a little bit of wig-wagging that takes place on our course to go. Let's go back outside. I like looking outside. We're looking down at Fort Ord. That used to be called Fritchie Field. I think it's now called Marina Airport right there. And then over here is an airport in Salinas off to the right. We'll get down here. It's more fun to look at this airplane from right there. We'll get the shadows there, and it's pretty with the clouds in the background. We're coming up on 5,000 feet. We got another 1,000 feet to go. Sometimes I set too high a rate of climb, and it doesn't carry the speed with it. So you can set a rate of climb that's too much for the airplane and end up stalling, which I had to learn the hard way. But again, on a simulator, you get away with it. Pretty with the clouds today. And then if you set the sunset, these clouds will turn reddish orange. So we'll put this over here, and some of this is prettier. So we'll give my friend DA. There's Castroville right under us. He's been through Castroville before. And And so now we got the sun on the other side. We'll just swing over this way. For I don't know what that was that went by. Oh, that was a cloud. That's what happens to some of the clouds. And where are we now? We're now through 7,000 feet. And you'll see we're truing out at 223 knots down here in the left corner. And let's see if we got any. Yeah, see how when we take the diverter off, it produces more power. So we have to come back on the power, so we aren't going to burn up the engine with over torquing or whatever that particular one is. I never flew turbine engines, a jet or turboprop. It was always a reciprocating engine. So this is like going to heaven. This is wonderful with the Garmin. Here you can get here's this great autopilot down here for programming your course and so forth. So we had to click in Gilroy Direct because it was not connected. The Microsoft, when you clicked on the program, it had in parts of the instrument flight plan. It used to have all of it, but for some reason my program is now 4 years old. It was Microsoft 2020. They have to update Microsoft 2024. It might work a little better, but this is doing as good as it's good enough for me. I didn't have to update it. So now we're leveled off at 10,000 feet. We should true out at 250 knots. We're actually at 258 knots down here in the left. We're now doing 260 knots. Hollister over that way, and this is going to be Gilroy right here. We're coming up on Gilroy, and then we'll be able to look over this way towards San Jose. South County Airport is between Morgan Hill and Gilroy. I like it over on this side a little better. And then we're going to change the daylight to middle of the day, so you can get a little feeling for what it used to look like for you. And we're looking down at Gilroy. Now we'll come over this way. The sun is over on this side. Here's Gilroy right down here. And Highway 101. And now we're up to 270 knots. We're holding 10,000 feet. Let's see how our instrument panel doesn't have anything flashing here. And we could shorten up here, look in here, and this will tell us what the distance is to our next intersection. And we can look on here and see. We can look on here and see what the intersection is. But looking on the chart, we'll see on there. And we'll get this out to 200. We're coming up on Gilroy. Board, I'm not sure exactly what that is, but this looks like it's possibly up by, Mount, I forget, they have a telescope up there. There's Modesto, right over there. Here, you can see the darker green here, the light green or yellow is our mountains, coastal mountains. And so that could be, I forget. I'll think of it. They have. And here is Lodi, just south of where you live in Galt. And that's where I took Gordon McRae. I flew up in a Comanche which 1966 Comanche B with a Lycoming 260 in it, and it could get along about 180 to 185 at 10,000 feet. I'm sure it would be doing, except not turbocharged. So this is probably producing full power at 10,000 feet, whereas the Comanche would only be getting about 65% horsepower with no turbocharging. So now we're going to move this back down to see how we're doing. So we're just passing Gilroy. Let's go back outside. We'll take this off and look back towards San Jose. I forget the name of this reservoir, but I checked out a Malibu wakeboard boat on this lake, and I ended up buying a Yamaha. I had the Yamaha for 10 years, a jet boat, which I had up on the Delta. I've got that out of my system, but that thing could get along. It had 2 jet ski engines in it, 140 horse jet ski engines, and it, just short of 50 miles an hour. You had to be going with the wind and with the tide to get it to go 50 miles an hour, but cruising at 25 to 30 was plenty. Wakeboarding goes less than that. And that telescope is over in here. Can't remember. Go to it up out of San Jose. I went to San Jose State in the 60s, and I was teaching flying at San Jose International Airport for Piper Aircraft. That's not where the Piper came from. The Piper was my student, and his friend were part owners in the Comanche, and I taught him how to fly. Not in the Comanche, in the Cherokee. Learned how to fly. So Gordon appreciated. I just dropped him off up there and flew dead-headed back to Monterey. I don't know how he got back to Monterey. And possibly met his wife in San Francisco, and I think they were living in Pennsylvania. His wife may still be alive. So we'll see how we're doing here. Getting up there. We could look at the panel. We'll go in here, and we're going to look at the next intersection. Bull Red. So it's not the top of the mountain. It's only 2 miles away. Let's see if we're still over, but Mount Hamilton, I think, is the name of the mountain by San Jose. So Bull Red is out in here in this coastal range. Once we get over the coastal range, we'll be going by like Tracy. We'll keep track of that. We're just going over Bull Red. We're changing our route of flight. We'll go look at that on here. Yeah, Bull Red. So it was not what I thought it was. Now we'll look by right here. There's Stockton, Modesto, Stockton. So we just go by Stockton into Lodi. So when we get close to Stockton, we'll start thinking about coming down, maybe a little before Stockton. And we're right on course. And we can get this. Yeah, there we are, right there. That swept wing machine on course is what represents us. And we will look at what it looks like at night right now, so my friend can remember what night flying looked like. So we'll be able to look out and see Stockton. So Stockton is straight ahead. I think they're showing a little cloud reflection there. I don't see much. Let's look over toward the Bay Area. That'll have more lights. Maybe San Jose. Yeah, they're showing up showing up a little better. That might be Morgan Hill back there. So let's turn out these lights and look over toward the Bay Area. This is maybe San Francisco up there. And by the time this gets up to yeah, this is starting to come in. By the time this gets uploaded to YouTube, it loses a little intensity. So let's go back to daylight. That may not have been. We'll look at the sunset again. And we're coming out of the hills, and we're probably going to be close to Tracy. We'll see if we see Livermore coming out of here, Highway 580, maybe coming across to Stockton, a little bit south of Stockton. Let's see. We're starting to see I-5 right in front of us. I think that's I-5 right down there, and maybe Tracy right there. I see 580 coming out of this area over here, out of Livermore. We then can call Tracy. And we'll go this way. And then there's a little wigwag that comes over from Stockton to I-5, or it's I-5. It's I-5. And I guess I-5 starts right down here. This isn't 5 yet. This is just a coupling up. Never been to New Jerusalem Strip. Let's see if we see. There's Tracy Municipal. So this is Tracy. And so this is probably Highway 4 going. Oh, 580. Maybe it's 580 going across. And not sure. Yeah, this is 5 here. I mean, no, this is the connection between 580 and 5. Let's admit it that I don't know where I am. But this is going to be Stockton over in here. Maybe not to Stockton yet. At Stockton, we can start powering back. Let's go ahead and get the clouds out of the way, so we see what we're doing here. And I think we're looking at Stockton out in here. Stockton has an airport, so it will pop up, and then we'll look here again to make sure we're not near Stockton yet. Yeah, we're Stockton is probably about, there it is, Stockton Municipal. And Stockton is in there. And then we're going a little bit past that to 103. So little airports sometimes just have a number. They don't have the K. I don't know where that qualifies. Like KSJC is San Jose. KSFO is San Francisco. KOAK is Oakland. And that's how it works. KMOD, Modesto, and Merced, KMCE is Merced. And we're right on course. We're holding the course. We'll go ahead and move that in. That in there. And so we're going, that's Stockton right there. So if we click on that, see it'll come up Stockton right there. And we click that to go back. Go right by Stockton, which we saw. That's Stockton right there. right there. Nice sized airport. And then Lodi is a little bit by there, and we'll take off the autopilot and start coming down. We could have clicked in descent of 500 feet a minute. Let's do that. Take it off, and we can bring this back on. Let's look vertical speed. Let's put it's got that on, and we'll go down at minus. We'll go down at 800 feet a minute. And we got to set the altitude at, let's say, get it down to 3,000 feet. We can go down to 2,000 feet. And vertical speed. Let's see if we're doing that. Now we're descending. Let's see here. Yeah, 700 feet a minute. Oh, did it 1,000 feet a minute. Descent. Oh, we got it 19. We'll go 1,400 feet a minute. I don't know whether I got it working or not. Yeah, 1,200 feet a minute. It's working. We can bring the power back. We're getting up toward the red line, 275. And we'll put this in. So there's one airport at Lodi. We did land at that, but it was north of Lodi where they went to pick them up, just off of, there's Lodi Park. That's I landed there first, and the limo was not there to pick up Gordon. So we went, I saw there was another airport right by Highway 99 up here, and we landed there. And where my friend lives is Galt, which is probably right up there. This is fun to have the, let's see where we are here. Not quite 20 nautical miles out. So we're down to 5,500 feet. We're exceeding the speed limit, 260 knots. But I don't know whether it's indicated or true is how they count it. And we'll look back towards Stockton for a minute. Yeah, there's Stockton. We're right over Stockton. And look toward the west. There's Mount Diablo right out there. There's the Delta where I had my boat. That's probably Frank's track right in there. And my friend lived right near Frank's track. Okay, and we're going to find, they may not have lights at the little airport, which is north of town, so let's change the lighting here for a little more light. I didn't think of that. I took Gordon up there in the middle of the day. Get this out of the way, we're right on tune, and this may be it right there. Right next to Highway 99, we're going to take off the autopilot. And bring back some power. And we can land toward the highway, so we want to go left. where we are here. Yeah. Let's see, I don't quite see the airport yet. It should be on the right. Let's take this over here. Campo, that's not it. That's not it. This may be it. No. Let's see when we get up alongside here. Better Sky Range. Say 103? No. We're heading right at it. Heading right at it. This could be it right here. I think that's it. I think that's it. Put the wheels down, put the flaps down. Yeah, that's it. Crazy landing here, making you sick. Well, we missed the truck. Yeah, that's not a standard approach. And I think the limo is on the left side here. So we'll just pull right in here and pretend that the limo is right here. Okay, and there's Highway 99 going by. And they had no mark. I didn't see any mark on this airport. So there you go. And we're just gonna call them DA. There we go, DA. That's your flight in a TBM. And we click these off, and we can click off everything. Just click it off and go back outside. Oops. So this was our flight. And 25 minutes total time of flight from Monterey to here and back to main menu, and then we'll just click off and say goodbye. And it was fun seeing you a few days ago. There's a little airplane that's like the Tri-Pacer I used to fly. Probably has more power. My Tri-Pacer carried 4 people, and it just had 135 horsepower. That airplane is X-Cub with a tricycle landing gear they make up in Yakima, Washington. I think it's just a 2-seater tandem, and it's a tricycle landing gear Cub, but it could have 180 or 200 horsepower. The Super Cub had 180. I remember you said you learned in the 152 Cessna. So you take care, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.